It's been a few years since the launch of the PS5, and in that time we've got hundreds of new games, system updates, new accessories, the PS5 Slim and a more recent PS5 Pro. The real question right now in 2026 is pretty simple. Is the PS5 still worth buying right now, or should you just wait for whatever Sony does next? Well, let's break that down, starting off with what actually matters, and that is the games, because the PS5 literally has thousands of games to pick from, including most of the PS4 classics, which were updated and optimized to run on the PS5, which simply means the games take full advantage of the DualSense controller. They offer higher resolutions, smoother frame rates, and overall just a better experience. We have game titles that basically define the modern gaming experience, games like Red Dead Redemption 2, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, games like GTA 5, Horizon Zero Dawn, Metro Exodus, the Assassin's Creed franchise, the Far Cry franchise, Mafia Definitive Edition, games like Days Gone, and of course The Last of Us Part 1 and 2, and so many more as I went over in this video, and that's not to mention all the PS5 exclusives. Now if you're coming from the PS4 or even the PS4 Pro, the difference is noticeable. First off, the speed. The PS5 itself boots up instantly thanks to the SSD. Remember when loading screens felt like a coffee break on the PS4? Well, those days are pretty much gone. Second, the noise. The PS4 used to sound like an F-35 preparing for vertical takeoff, but the PS5 at most just whispers. And then there's backward compatibility, which is honestly one of the best things Sony did this generation, because most PS4 games run better on the PS5 with improved frame rates, high resolutions, and sometimes even get full PS5 upgrades. So the entire PS4 library basically gets a free performance and graphics boost. Let's talk about accessories, because Sony went crazy this time. First up, we have the DualSense controller with the haptic feedback and adaptive triggers, which actually changes how some games feel. You can literally feel different surfaces, weapons, and environmental effects through the controller, which still blows my mind. For audio, we have the Pulse Elite earbuds and the Pulse Elite wireless headsets, which support 3D spatial audio. We also have the cases, the PlayStation VR 2 for VR gaming, and the PS Portal, which lets you stream your PS5 games anywhere via the web. Sony also refreshed the console lineup. The PS5 Slim basically shrinks the original PS5 design and gives you a detachable disc drive, which is pretty nice if you like switching between digital and physical games, or haven't decided between either. It gives you the opportunity to iterate later on. Then there's the PS5 Pro, which focuses on stronger graphics performance, better ray tracing, and higher frame rates for newer titles. But honestly, for most people, the regular PS5 is still more than powerful enough. On the software side, we have a lot of improvements. The PlayStation app lets you manage downloads, buy games, control your console remotely. PS Remote Play lets you stream your PS5 games to devices like the iPad or laptops. We also have PlayStation Plus for those of us who want a massive game library. As of now, we have 3 tiers: Essential for multiplayer and monthly games, PS Extra for a huge game catalog, and PS Premium, which gives you all that, plus classic titles and game trials. The PS5 is not perfect. First off, the console is still huge. Even the slim model isn't exactly slim. Second, the storage fills up insanely fast. Modern games can easily take up 100 gigs or more, so you'll probably end up uninstalling older games to install new ones, or you end up installing an extra NVMe SSD sooner or later. And you also can't play games directly from the external SSD. You can only store the game data. And the one thing I still wish Sony would add is a proper quick resume system like Xbox has, because on a PS5, switching to another game usually means pausing the previous one and later starting it from scratch again. Looking ahead, we are probably somewhere around 3/4 of the PS5's life cycle. Sony already refreshed the hardware with the Slim and Pro models, and the biggest upcoming games like The Witcher 4 and GTA 6 are still launching on this generation, which means the PS5 still has plenty of life. So is the PS5 still worth buying in 2026? Obviously yes, and if you're upgrading from a PS4, the jump in performance, load speeds, and the overall experience is massive. You get an incredible game library, constant updates, a growing ecosystem of accessories, and some of the best single-player games ever made. And if you want my recommendation for some of the best PS5 games I think everyone should play at least once in their lifetime, check out this video. Now I'm curious, are you already on a PS5, or you're still working a PS4, or you're probably a PC guy, or are you waiting for the PS6? Oh, Jesus. Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tight.